Hey everyone, Kelly Dean Allen here, and welcome back. I took a couple of weeks off from the channel to spend some time with my family and with this little guy right here, a new puppy, Mr. Chili. Been keeping me rather busy and away from my studio, unfortunately, but we're finally back at it, because today I'm going to show you how to play Baby Blue, the 1971 hit by the Welsh group Badfinger. Now, about 2 weeks ago, I did a tutorial on how to play the band's track No Matter What, and the response was pretty good overall, and within that video, in the comments, I had a number of requests on how to play this classic, Baby Blue, as well. So I figured I'd sit down, learn it, and give it a shot. That said, I'll link to my tutorial for No Matter What down in the description box if you'd like to check that out. But for now, let's close in here a little bit and learn how to play one of the band's other big hits, 1971's Baby Blue. Let's get started. All right then, Baby Blue and Badfinger from 1971. We are in standard tuning for this tutorial. There's 2 or 3 guitars going on throughout this track. One main prominent guitar that we're going to kind of focus on in this tutorial. There's another guitar with a capo on the 4th fret, and we're going to have a look at that as well. There's also some acoustics going on as well. But the main prominent guitar goes a little something like this. So we're starting with a B major bar chord here, 2nd fret position, 4 middle strings. We're kind of bouncing from the bottom end of this chord to the top end of this chord a couple of times, right? And the second time, you're going to drop onto the sus here on the 5th fret of the B string off to the bar twice with your pinky. Kind of like that, right? And then we're going to play this little B major scale lick. It's a bit of a stretch here. 2-4-6 of the A, 4-2 of the D, 6-4-2 of the A. Right, so that's the opening before the vocals come in, and then we're going to drop in for the first verse into F sharp major. Bar chord here at the 9th fret position for 2 bars. Off to E for 1 bar, and then we're going to play this little descending lick before dropping into this kind of augmented A major chord. So coming out of that F sharp major, E. So we're holding a bar here on the 4th fret of the A, D, and G string, ring finger on the 6 of the D, pinky up here on the 7 of the A, and you're going to pick it A, D, G, A. Ride off to the 6 of the A and do the same thing while still holding this bar on the 4s. Right? Then off to this kind of augmented A major. So we have this A major here on the 2nd fret, but this C sharp on the 4th fret of the A string in the root. Right? Then into E, and then back to B. Start over. After playing that lick again. F sharp. Descending lick, augmented A major, into E, and back to B. And we're going to start it a 3rd time. We're just going to hang in this F sharp for 1 bar at this point. And then we're going to play this lick again, but now in F sharp major. Right, and so we're going to jump from the F sharp major here at the 9th fret position to play this lick back here to the 4th fret position. Right, 4-6-8 of the D, 6-4 of the G, and then just reverse that 8-6-4 of the D. So we're jumping back because we're going to be jumping into a C sharp minor chord, right? And it's a lot easier to jump into that C sharp minor from here than from up here. You know, you can play that lick here, but then you have to make a real quick shift to get back into that C sharp minor. C sharp minor for 1 bar, off to C sharp minor 7 for 1 bar. Now the C sharp minor 7, we're just lifting our pinky off of the 6 of the G into that C sharp minor 7, right? And then we're going to play this nice little arpeggiated lick. We're going to drop our pinky back onto the 7. Now we're into an E major chord, actually, coming out of that C sharp minor 7. And we're just going to arpeggiate down the 4 middle strings and back up again. And then you're going to lift your pinky off, and you're going to ride up this C sharp minor 7 from the top 3 strings. And then you're going to drop your pinky on the 7 of the high E and kind of strum it along with the B string. Maybe a little bit of the G string as well, right? This is very uncomfortable to hold, this chord. It's like a C-shaped E major chord built behind the root note, right? With this bar on the 4th fret. Right, and then back to B, start over. Bouncing off that sus. Into the 2nd verse. Same as the first, off to E, little descending lick. Augment to the A, into E, back to B. Play that lick again, right, and repeat again, and repeat a 3rd time, but just 1 bar, right, and then you play that lick in F sharp major, drop into the C sharp minor, to C sharp minor 7, drop your pinky on that 7, and then back to B, right, and that leads into the bridge. So leading into the bridge, we're going to play this lick again, but we're going to finish on a different note leading into the bridge. We're not going to go off to the 2, we're going to go up to this A sharp note on the 6th fret of the A string to finish it. Right, with your pinky. And then we drop into the bridge. Kind of sounds a little bit like London Calling by The Clash. So we're in a D sharp minor chord here, 1 bar, bum, 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 bum. Very choppy, very staccato, all downstrokes on each beat. And then we're off to a G sharp minor, and we're just on the 4 middle strings here. So G sharp minor, 1 bar, and then we're off to this kind of augmented G sharp minor. So we're still holding this G sharp minor shape, but we're going to lift our pinky off of the 6 of the D, off to the 5 of the D. Right, into C sharp minor, C sharp minor 7, then off to A, into E, and then back to B. And repeat. Right? Ba, 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 ba. C sharp minor, C sharp minor 7, off to A, into E, and then we drop into the solo. And this is what we're soloing over. For 2 repeats, just D to A, E to B. Right, and the solo goes like this. And that is the solo. So we're here on the 5th fret of the B string, 3 full step bends. Release the 3rd one off to 3. Grab the 4 of the G, slide it into 6, and then string skip down to the 5 of the high E. And then we're going to go 7 off to 5 of the B, and then drop back onto that 7 for 3 full step bends again, releasing off to 5. And then finish the first half of the solo with a full step bend on the 6 of the G that you can give some nice vibrato to, right? And that's the first half of the solo. Up to 9 of the B, 3 full step bends off to 7. Sorry, half step bends. Right, releasing off to 7. Into that. So when we release that 3rd bend of the 9 off to 7, you're going to roll it up to 7 of the G, slide it quickly into 9, and then go 10 of the B, 9 of the high E, 12 of the high E. Into 14, 3 full step bends, off to 12, up to 17, full step bend. And that's the solo right there, nice and easy. Right into another verse. Same as all the others. E, descending lick, A augmented, E, back to B. Play that lick, right? Repeat again, repeat a third time. Play the lick in F sharp major, C sharp minor, C sharp minor 7, drop your pinky. Play that little lick again, and now we're right at the very end of the track. We're going to drop back into B major again, but now we're going to arpeggiate notes like this. So when we drop back into B major at this point, we're going to ride down the 4 middle strings and back up again. Up to the D and back down to the G, and you're going to repeat that twice. To C sharp minor, do the same thing but just once. And then the second time you're going to go A, D, G, D. And then you're going to drop your pinky up here onto the 7 of the low E and just let it ring for a bit. And then we finish the track with this. Right there. So coming off that note on the 7th fret there, that B note there that we grabbed with our pinky, off to the 5, hit it twice, slide into 9 of the A off to 7, grab the 9 of the D, quickly slide it into 11 off to 9, slide into 11 of the G off to 9, grab the 12 of the B up to 14, full step bend, end of track. Right? And that is how you play the main guitar part to Baby Blue by Badfinger. Now, I'm going to get my capo on here and we're going to have a look at the capo section of this track. 4th fret. Now, alright then, I've got my capo here on the 4th fret, and so we're using a lot of regular chord shapes, you know, like D. It's more of a D5, we're not really touching upon the high E string here. C shape, G, and again, not really touching upon the high E here. We're getting into an A minor shape, A minor 7 shape, we're getting into an E minor shape. Those are the shapes, but because the capo is on, we're 4 semitones higher, right? So the key of this D shape is actually F sharp. The key of this C shape is E. The key of this A minor shape is C sharp minor 7, right? All the same chords that we were playing throughout the other guitar part, right? So we're starting with the G shape here, which is actually B, right? So I suggest you form this G shape with your 2 middle fingers, right? Because we're going to need our pinky to get that sus note, right? Bouncing off the 5th fret of the B string. Kind of like that, right? And then the little major scale lick is just all on the 6s and 7s. Right? 7, open 6, open D, and then 7, 6, open of the A, and back up to that 7 of the low E. Right? And then we drop into that F sharp major, but now it's a little D shape here, right? Into E, C shape, and now that little descending lick is really easy to play coming out of this. Right? So we're just going A, D, G with this C shape, and then we're just riding off to that 6th fret of the A, right? And doing the same thing. Then we're going to drop into an A major, back to E, and then back to B. lick, back to F sharp, back to E, E, B. Now the little F major, F sharp major scale lick there is open D, 6, 8, 6 off to open of the G, and then reverse, right? And now when we drop into C sharp minor, it's going to be a little A minor shape, right? Lift your pinky. Now the little arpeggiated lick, just drop into this E, right, which is the C shape. And then do the same thing we did earlier. And then you just drop your pinky on that 7, and then strum the top 2 or 3 strings, right? And then back to B. And same as the first time, and then the bridge is the same. D sharp, right? D sharp minor, and then we're off to an E minor shape, right? Ba, 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 ba. And just back that 6 off to 5, and then C sharp minor, off to C sharp minor 7, which is the A minor shape, off to the A minor 7 shape, right? Right? And that is all the capo guitar parts. And that, my friends, is how you play Baby Blue by Badfinger. Certainly hope you enjoyed that, found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button right down there. Maybe drop me a subscribe if you haven't done that already, as that would be very kind. Hope you're well out there in your little guitar corner of the world, wherever that may find you, and we will see you next time. Cheers.